So I typically introduce myself. My name is Patrick Laing. I'm with Certainty Management. But by now, if you've been following this channel, you're getting to know me. I may be able to cut back a little bit on the introduction. I'm speaking this week on sales lessons that I've learned from some of the greats, from my own experience, even from my children. Consider this my holiday gift to you. Some of the lessons I've learned over the last 30 plus years in sales. Talked a little bit about Tom Hopkins and Dale Carnegie, Zig Ziglar, some of these just sales greats that have so much knowledge to share with you. I highly recommend you take the time to pick up one of their books or listen to their audios, find them on YouTube, and learn at the feet of some of these masters. The point I wanted to make today is on the value and the importance of our language choice, our word choice in sales. You've probably heard the phrase red flag words. These are words like contract and sign, financing, and if. These are words that we want to try to avoid from our language, try to not use them in sales. I never ask a customer to sign my contract. I ask them to autograph my agreement, or let's take care of the paperwork. A contract is a scary word to customers. It's a word that sounds maybe overwhelming or risky. They need to get their attorney to look it over. An agreement sounds like something that's collaborative. We're working together. So by avoiding these types of red flag words, you're not going to raise your customers' walls. You're going to keep them low, which is the goal when you're selling them. You want them completely comfortable and at ease with you. And by eliminating these words, it's one way to do so. I never say sign anymore. I usually use the word autograph. I don't talk about financing. It sounds expensive, costly. I talk about terms. There's a lot of different things you can do. One of the worst words you can use is the word if. Much better to say when. So I continue to develop my sales skills and my language as a salesperson and as a sales trainer. One of the best ways to do that is to read. I listen to a lot of trainers. I listen to a lot of podcasts and so forth. And I'm always listening and paying attention to their word choice. I actually keep a list in my phone. Whenever I hear a word that I don't currently use, I think it's a good word, I add it to my list, and I review these every now and then. I am continually trying, even in my 50s, to develop my own word count, my own vocabulary, my word skills, my wordsmith skills. I continue to try to do this and do this well. So even just today, I was visiting with a gentleman who's a very successful investor. He's done dozens of deals, millions and millions of dollars this year. And we were talking with him about a project we're hoping he'll take part in. Well, he was very, very precise in his language. I was really impressed. He chose his words carefully. He didn't just, you could tell he liked to talk. He was a talker. He's accomplished a lot in his life. He shared several stories from his life and so forth. But he was very precise in his language. He was not, and he did not waste words just to hear himself or just to be heard. I was impressed with that. So this is my tip for the day. Be selective. Be careful about your word choice. Continue to expand your vocabulary. Take the time to read, to write things down, to start a list. I highly recommend it. I've seen my own vocabulary expand, and it's gotten better as I've done this. As I'm a radio show host on Voice America Business. You may have heard that before, but when I go back and listen to my shows, I hear myself use the same phrases over and over. I have favorites that I use again and again. As a part of this exercise is trying to expand and not be so canned, not so repetitive, not use the same phrases and words as often as I have in the past. And so I'm trying to become, I guess, more of an interesting interviewer and host. So that's my tip for the day. I hope it helps. Come back tomorrow and I'll share with you more. Thanks.